Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kassandra. Last week I put out a 20-minute cool down class, so this week we're doing a 20-minute warm-up. Begin in child's pose, widening the knees toward the edges of the mat, keeping the big toes together to touch. Reach your hips to your heels and melt the heart and the chest forward, forehead to the floor, and you can extend your arms up overhead. So this is a wonderful class to do before you have a run or a difficult workout and you need to warm up all of your major muscle groups and to also elevate the heart rate. We're really going to try to lubricate the joints here, opening up into the hips, into the shoulders, and really just working a little bit through the quads, through the core, so you feel nice and ready for whatever workout that you're about to do. Start to deepen your breaths in and out through the nose, softening the belly. And learning how to use your breath is a key part in warming up. So really get the inhale to be just as long as the exhale. Smooth and steady in and out through the nose. This is a great breath to keep if you're trying to improve your focus, if you're working with any kind of visualizations as an athlete. Notice the tendency to sometimes hold our breath in or to keep the breath really short and shallow, especially when the activities become more and more intense. Draw the shoulder blades down the back so the neck has some space. And imagine you can breathe into the sensation, into the stretch you feel through the inner groin and through the hips. Start to lift up into your tabletop pose. The knees are under the hips, the hands are under the shoulders. We'll just take cat and cow. So on the inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, curl tailbone up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, tailbone down. So warm up the spine, go through those two movements at your own pace. Stretching through the front body and then stretching through the back body. Notice if it's your lower back doing most of this motion. Really get the shoulders engaged. Open up through the chest, through the mid-back. Softening the jaw and really pressing through the fingertips and knuckles so you can be lighter on your wrists. Another or so here. Rounding the spine, chin to chest. Dropping the belly, lift the gaze. Deep breath in here. Exhale, round, press into the knuckles. And come back to your neutral tabletop pose. Pull the belly in. Extend your right leg all the way up and back. Keep that hip drawing down. If you'd like to take it further, you're going to reach your left arm forward. Thumb is pointing up. So inhale, stretch it a little bit longer. And then exhale, bring your elbow and your knee together to touch, round the upper back a little bit. Inhale, stretch it out. Without using momentum, really control the contraction, elbow and the knee together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. Strengthening hip flexors, strengthening the core. Reach it out, inhale. Exhale, contract. Keep the weight into your right hand. And bring the knees back, we'll switch sides. Left leg extends all the way up and back. Flex into that foot, press through the heel. Keep the lower belly drawing in. Notice if you're rounding through your low back. And then right arm extends forward. Inhale to stretch out here. And as you exhale, you're gonna bend the elbow and the knee together to touch. Inhale, stretch nice and long. Keep the back of the neck long, no need to look up too high here. Exhale, contract. Inhale to extend. Keep your right hip over your knee. Exhale, squeeze, pull in. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, contract, draw it into the belly. And release, bring your palms back down to the floor. You're gonna curl your toes under and sit your hips back to your heels. You'll really feel this through the soles of your feet. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, you're gonna reach your left arm forward, right arm back. Open the chest, stretch through the shoulders. Inhale, lift back up. And exhale, twist open the other side. A few more like this. Really great way to warm up the upper body. Inhale, lift it up. And then exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Draw the right shoulder back. Inhale, lift, center. Exhale, right arm forward, left hand pulls back. Inhale, lift it up, and then bring your hands back to the mat, shoulder width distance apart, lift up, find your first downward facing dog. The palms are shoulder width distance apart, the feet are hip width distance apart. Go ahead and bend the knees, sway the hips side to side, do any little movements that you need to here. We're gonna reach the right leg up to the sky, bend the right knee and open up that hip. Really squeeze the glutes so you get that right thigh and the right glute working. Press down through your left heel. Inhale, lift the left heel off the floor, and then exhale, just press it back down again a few more times. Inhale, lift the heel up. Exhale, press it down. Don't change the right knee. Inhale, left heel comes up. Exhale, you press it down, straighten the right leg, downward facing dog. Let's float forward to plank pose, strong belly. Exhale, lower chaturanga all the way to the floor. Point the toes back once you're there. Inhale to cobra, chin and chest lift. Exhale, soften back down, and you're gonna press your way back, downward facing dog. Reaching the chest to the thighs, lengthening out through the arms, spread the fingers wide. Reach your left leg up, bend your left knee, open up that hip. Really flex through that foot, squeeze through the glute. Press down through your right heel. Draw the navel in. Keep your left leg as high as it already is and just lift your right heel off the floor. Exhale, press it back down. Inhale, onto the ball of your right foot. Exhale, press the right heel a little bit more. Inhale, lift the right heel. Exhale, lower it down. Straighten your left leg, downward facing dog. Let's take that little vinyasa again. Inhale to plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, lower down. Point the toes back and press the hands into the ground to lift up to cobra. Keep the elbows slightly bent and hugging in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reach your right leg up to the sky. Keep it straight and squared this time. And then move to plank pose. Tap your knee to your chest. Inhale, reach it all the way up and back. And then exhale, pull your knee once more to your nose. Inhale, reach it up and back, three-legged dog. Last time, exhale, knee to your nose, hips are low, and you're gonna step that foot forward to the top of the mat. Let your back knee come down to the floor, finding your low lunge, arms extend up overhead. Tailbone reaches to the floor, pull the lower belly in, and just stretch into the front of your left thigh. Strong and active through the arms. Open up the arms and interlace them behind the low back. Roll the shoulder blades down, pull the shoulders back. And with the back toes curled under, you're gonna float your back knee off the floor. Keep your gaze steady. Hold here or go a little bit further by diving forward. So you're reaching your knuckles towards the back of the room. One long line from the crown of your head all the way into that back left foot. Keep breathing. Bend the right knee a little bit more. And then fingertips come down to the floor, left hand down, right arm up, open the chest to twist. Trying to stack your right shoulder over the left. Keep that right knee bent, the thigh almost parallel to the floor. So from here, you can bring your right hand back down, let your left knee come to the floor, and straighten your right leg all the way back behind you. Once you have your balance, you can re-extend your right arm up. Find your balance here. Look wherever is accessible to you. This is your modified side plank. If you'd like to take it further, you're gonna hover the right leg off the floor. You really need to power up the muscles in the legs here to do this. Draw the navel into the low back. Don't puff your stomach forward. Squeeze and lift the heel up a little bit higher. Look down, right hand down to the mat. Plank pose, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, hover halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog, press through the heels. Let's do the sequence on the other side. Slow, steady breaths. Extend your left leg up to the sky, keep it straight and squared. Exhale, pull your knee to your nose, plank pose, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, engage your core, plank pose, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up and back, last one. So exhale, squeeze your thigh to your belly, look past your palms and step that left foot forward to the top of the mat. Lower your right knee to the mat and we're gonna come up for our low lunge. So the arms circle up and over. Palms are facing in toward one another. So even though you might be really flexible here, try not to let your hips collapse forward and round too much through the low back. Stay lifted out of your waist with the back toes curled under. Open up the arms, interlace your fingers behind you the more unusual way and open the chest nice and wide. Now you can hold here or you can float your right knee off the floor. Strengthening the lower body a little bit more. Tilt your chest forward over that left thigh and extend your knuckles to the back of your mat. One long diagonal line from the crown of your head all the way to your right heel. Can you bend your left knee a little bit more and keep your belly lifted off of your front left thigh? Into your easy twist, right hand down, left arm up, open the chest. Think of lengthening the arms further away from each other. Only looking up if it's okay for your neck. And from here, we're coming into our modified side plank. So right knee down, step the left foot all the way back, keep that leg straight and extend your left arm up overhead. You are more than welcome to hold here. There's already a lot going on. Otherwise, the left leg will float off the floor. And if you're floating that leg, flex into the foot. Imagine you're pressing and kicking into that heel. And we release, inhale plank, exhale chaturanga, inhale upward dog, arms are straight, chest is lifted, exhale downward facing dog, pressed into your heels. Lengthen the arms, lengthen the chest, soften your neck. Look forward, bend the knees and hop in between the palms. Find your halfway lift, flat back, exhale, fold it down. Bend the knees a little bit more, big toes together, heels apart, chair pose. Reach the arms up overhead. Rock your weight back into your heels. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Sink it down a little bit further. Squeeze your inner thighs together. And press to stand, arms by your sides. Let's take a little flow. Inhale, arms reach up and over. And then you're gonna lean over to the left, side bend to the right. Inhale, come up. And side bend over to the right, stretch through the left side of your waist. Back up to center, hands on your hips, widen your feet to the edges of the mat. We'll stretch the hamstrings a little more. So inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, tip forward and catch a hold of your big toes. So as you inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. And then exhale, bend the elbows away from each other as you fold a little deeper. So if your low back and hamstrings are really tight, you'll probably need to keep your knees bent here, which is perfectly fine. Notice if you're rolling on the outer ankles, try to keep pressing into those big toes. Soften your head, let your neck relax. And keep your shoulders away from the ears. Imagine you can breathe into the back of your legs. Release the fingertips to the mat and toe heel, your heels in, toes out into your yogi squat. So try to keep your heels on the mat. If they don't, that's perfectly fine. Drop your hips as much as you can, and with your hands at your heart, you're using your elbows to press the knees open a little bit wider. The focus here is on lengthening the chest and lengthening the spine so that you're not rounding forward. A few deep breaths here, into the pelvis, into the hips. Hands to the ground, straighten your legs once more, and roll all the way up to stand, inch by inch. Standing at the top of the mat, inhale, arms reach, palms come together. Exhale, fold forward all the way. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms and just step it back, plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's bring our knees to the floor, and you can swing your legs out in front of you. Lower all the way to your back. And with your feet flat on the mat, you're going to cross your right ankle over the top of your left knee. Keep that right foot flexed, and this might be enough, or you might be able to pull your left thigh to your belly. This is our reclined pigeon pose. Notice if you're leaning on one side more than the other. Try to keep your weight evenly distributed. So we're slowing down our practice here and focusing more on improving the range of motion and improving flexibility through the hips. Slow, steady breaths. You can let your eyes close, only using a little bit of arm strength. Relaxing the jaw. And release. Bring your left foot back to the floor, and you can either hold on to your right shin or your right foot, opening up to your half happy baby pose. So your right ankle is stacking over your right knee as you flex that foot, and keep your right elbow to the inside of your leg to help open it up a little bit wider. So you're trying to widen your right knee, but you're also trying to pull it down to the floor without completely rolling over to your right side. Keep some weight in your left hip and in your left shoulder. This is one of my all-time favorite poses to do, especially if you're going for a run. And release. We'll switch sides. So left ankle over your right knee, coming into your reclined pigeon pose. Keep that left foot flexed and imagine you're pressing your left knee away from the belly, even if you're pulling your right knee to your chest. You might notice that there's a bit more tightness on the left side as opposed to the right, or it could be opposite for you. Make any modifications that you need to here. We're not necessarily trying to replicate the exact same experience on both sides. It's pretty rare for people to be completely balanced on the right and left side. Soften the belly. Keep squeezing the thigh in, and we'll release. Transition into your happy baby pose, or half happy baby pose really. The right foot stays to the mat. You catch a hold of either your left foot or your left shin if the foot is a little too far away, and press that knee open a little bit wider with your left arm. Keep your chest facing straight up so you are not twisting in any way here, really just opening up the hips a little bit more. And let's release. Widen your feet and just let the knees drop from side to side in a little windshield wiper motion. Great way to release the low back if you ever experience pain or pinching or tension in that area. You can draw your knees into your belly, giving them a big squeeze, maybe rocking side to side. Another great pose for lower back support. And you can even press the knees away from you and pull them back in, kind of like a little pumping motion. Do any little adjustments that feel good here. Now, depending on what you have to do next, you are welcome to come into Shavasana. Shavasana is always the way that we finish yoga classes, taking up space with the arms and the legs, giving yourself a few minutes to really integrate the work that you've done. However, if you're all warmed up and ready for your next workout, then this is where I will leave you. Thank you all so very much for doing this 20-minute warm-up with me. I do hope that you found it helpful. Please do subscribe to my channel. It does help to support free yoga on the internet, which I think we can all agree is something pretty awesome. I also only have 4 spots left in my upcoming Iceland yoga retreat. We're leaving July 30th to August 5th, 2017. So if you'd like to grab those last remaining spots, all the information is in the description. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.